is Elon Musk. From a harsh upbringing in South Africa to a dysfunctional relationship with his father telling him he would never amount to anything when he moved to the States, multiple business ventures on the verge of bankruptcy many times, to always betting on himself, becoming the Elon Musk we know today as the richest man in the world on a mission to go to Mars. What can we learn from him? I'm gonna share with you 8 different lessons from the book Elon Musk. And if you find value from this video, like, share, subscribe, and let's get into it. Number 1, a maniacal sense of urgency. He would put unrealistic deadlines, and why he did that was to create an extra effort from his team. Now, many would say that it was demoralizing, that these deadlines were unachievable. But in Elon's mind, he was stretching them to believe beyond what was possible. So when it came from deadlines to the way he operated and from a day-to-day basis, Elon had a maniacal sense of urgency. What can you learn from this? If you want to perform at the highest level, specifically in business, you have to operate with a level of urgency that everything is now, not tomorrow. Tomorrow is a dangerous word. And if you operate that way, that will trickle down to the way your team operates. And knowing if you're not operating that way, that your competition is. And so you're behind. So having a level of urgency in the way you operate, in the way you speak, in the way you move is essential to compete at the highest level. Number 2, learn by failing. Elon would say when he would make decisions, because he would make them decisively, he knew that 20% of them, it was not going to be the right decision. He was going to be wrong. However, he said it's okay to be wrong as long as you're not confident in wrong. And that if you have big dreams and you are on a mission and you want to strive for success and compete at the highest level, you have to know you're going to make some wrong decisions and that you're going to fail at times. But failure is okay as long as you continue. So it's okay to be wrong once, or mistake once. You just can't make the same mistake twice. And when it comes to failure, you just have to keep going. Don't let the fear of failure stop you. And the way you learn is by making mistakes in failure. And number 3, attention to detail. Obviously, Elon was a product guy. He was an engineer. And so when he was building rockets, when he's building cars, you have to pay attention to detail. But what can you learn from this in business and your day-to-day life? Is pay attention to detail. The way you write emails, text messages, the way you communicate, the way you present yourself. Pay attention to the details. When it comes to relationships, you think about relationships romantically. If you're a girl and you're walking somewhere and maybe you're in a store and you mention you love something and your boyfriend hears you or your husband hears you and then he goes and buys that thing without even telling you, or you talk about your favorite movie, your favorite song, your favorite candle, and somehow he goes above and beyond to do something for you because why? He was paying attention to detail. Same with clients. They mention they really like this one action figure, this one movie, and then you get a custom gift specific to them and their business based off that movie. That detail, that attention to detail is going to hit them deeper than just a surface level thank you card or something like that. So pay attention to detail in your everyday life. It'll go above and beyond for those that you're showing that to. Is details matter. Number 4, Elon Musk's business algorithm. And I'll break it down for you. 1, question every requirement. 2, delete any process that you can. 3, simplify and optimize. 4, accelerate cycle time. And number 5, automate. He said the only defined rules is physics. Everything else is up for negotiation. And he even said when it came to question requirements, even if those requirements were from him. So when you ever hear, well, this is how it's always been done, that's when you know it needs to be reanalyzed. Never say this is how it's always been done, especially today at such a fast-paced world. Time and efficiency is crucial to the success in your business. So always analyze your business and always analyze the cycles and the processes to see where you can eliminate time to increase output when it comes to your business. Number 5, Elon Musk's leadership style, which is hardcore. And he would say leaders have to be hands-on. They have to be in the trenches. And said a quote that Napoleon's people did best when he was out on the battlefield with them. And so when you think of Elon and how involved he is in the businesses he runs, his philosophy is hardcore. Now, some of you might not agree with this. When you look at Twitter, it's a perfect example. They went from a more nurturing culture where there was yoga and they can do so many things on campus to creating a rugged, hardcore culture. When he took over Twitter, he fired 75% of the staff. They went from about 8,000 employees to 2,000 employees. And some of them on the day before Thanksgiving. Now, some of you are probably like, how could you do that? How could you call yourself a leader? Well, he was making Twitter more efficient and effective as how he believed was the best to do so. And that was to cut the fat, trim the fat, even when it came to people. So whether you agree with that or not, what you can learn from Elon Musk's leadership style of being hardcore is that what he said and what he did, there was alignment. And so for you, whatever your leadership style might be, take some time to think of what you want it to be and just ensure that what you say and what you do are aligned. And that's how you develop your leadership style. So that's number 5, Elon Musk's leadership style being hardcore. Number 6, Elon had different personalities throughout the book, and different people in different relationships, whether it was romantically, business, they shared the different types of personalities Elon had. He had the demon personality that was just in the zone, tunnel vision, get shit done, lacked empathy, to the goofy personality that if you have a Tesla or have ever been in one, you know that they can make fart noises. That's the goofy personality with Elon. Then there was times where, when it came to his kids or certain people, that romantic and that crave for attention or affection. However, many times he didn't have that craving. They actually felt that he was very unempathetic. And a lot of that had to do with his relationship with his father. And it goes to show that at a young age, the relationship that you have with your parents can bleed into relationships moving along with your life. And so he found that a lot of his relationships could be toxic because of the relationship with his father. Love and hurt were all intertwined. And so a lot of his relationships, when you look at his relationships, they weren't the most aligned or affectionate, and sometimes very much chaotic. And it goes to show, again, how relationships and how what happens to you early on affects you later in life. And so when you think of a lot of the historical legendary people throughout history, they had different personalities. When you read the book Hypomanic Edge, you hear about how they would act in certain situations, and it goes to show why Elon is the guy that he is, running multiple trillion-dollar companies. He had different personalities that he would tap in at times. And number 7 is betting on yourself. Many people, they either fear betting on themselves or they fear failure. Elon Musk went towards everything with passion and effort because he always bet on himself. His father told him he would never amount to anything when he moved to the United States. Now he's the richest man in the world, operating trillion-dollar companies across different industries. Why? Because he bet on himself. Many times he was on the verge of bankruptcy, but he continued and he succeeded. Why? Because he bet on himself. So if there's one person for you to bet on yourself. And if you don't, there's a good chance that you'll live in regret because you never tried. And number 8, a true free speech advocate. I believe history is going to be very kind to Elon Musk. Why? Because he stood for his values so much so that he took on and bought out Twitter to operate it, because he believed that people from all different spectrums, believing different things, had the freedom, or should have the freedom, to speak those beliefs and speak freely and openly. And he believed it so much so that he bought another company while still operating Tesla, while still operating SpaceX, while still operating the Boring Company. He believed in his values so much so that he was willing to take on more responsibility for his belief in the freedom of speech. And I think it is one of the most critical decisions that he could have made, and history will be very kind to him for that. And I am thankful for people like Elon Musk, who's willing to put it all on the line for their beliefs and their values, which in this case is freedom of speech, the foundation of what makes America and any civil society free. So to recap, the 8 lessons you can learn from Elon Musk in the book Elon Musk, highly recommend reading it, listening to it. It's fantastic, it's captivating, it's interesting. Highly recommend. Number 1, maniacal sense of urgency. Number 2, learn by failing. Number 3, attention to detail. Number 4, Elon Musk's business algorithm. Number 5, his leadership style, hardcore. Number 6, the different personalities of Elon Musk. And number 7 is betting on yourself. And number 8, a true free speech advocate. When I think of Elon Musk, I think of the quote by Aristotle, "No great mind ever existed without a touch of madness." And so if you're an entrepreneur, a business owner with a touch of madness who wants to be around a community of other crazies in business, my name is Taylor DeGrande, and I am a senior business coach with Bet David Consulting, working with CEOs and founders from all different industries all across the globe. Would love to learn more about you and your business and see what we could do together. So click the link below, like, share, subscribe, and book a call with me so I can learn more about you and your business. I appreciate you watching, and until next time, take care and get the book, Elon Musk. You will be impressed, you will be engaged, you will be intrigued, and hopefully inspired. Thank you for watching, and talk soon.